I'm Brandon Gordon Gab Games, and this Need for Speed Unbound. I think I'm off tomorrow. But we're gonna get right. Right.
I think we've got ourselves a racer here.
Got a few potatoes. I'm gonna add some potatoes to that if I like. Sit nice, not heavy. Move around. I feel like I wanna. No, gotta have a plan. I can play this for a little bit, probably do a few laps, jump in the private plane,
Look out!
exercise. Gonna do the crunches. I'm gonna like this core exercise. I do. Got a 45-pound iron cast. 180 and I could be holding it at rest with both hands. You know, lean forward. Make sure you feel the crunch. Pull it up to waist. Go up to the chest. You know, we do that 5 times. And on that back is rest. Or back to the waist is rest. And down, waist, up, waist. 2. And then I'll do, I'm thinking 20 crunches.
Dispatch, looks like we have ourselves a racer
Do
here.
5 sets of that, I think. Maybe 7. It's been a while. I'm trying to avoid the fatigue since I did that one. Not that I haven't been exercising. Since I did that exercise, it's hard. I want to core muscles tighten. Core muscles don't tighten. Maybe you're not going low enough, you're not doing it right. Abdominal muscle. Then I'll do 20 crunches on the machine. That'll be after this. So we'll do those 2 today. Push up. for the day.
Cops in a Mercedes.
This is 50
This clown hit us.
Gotta be at work at 3. I can't leave any later than 1.
Lost sight of that suspect, dispatch.
I mean, 2.
vanished in Bellmore.
Double check the time.
Search the entire area. We're gonna have to terminate this pursuit, dispatch. Suspect got away.
No. Schedule. Okay, 3. Can't leave no any later than 2. Tomorrow I'll get my grocery shopping done tomorrow. I'm about to max everything out. I ain't gonna say everything. But I'm gonna go fish. And for now, it's candy. I got rice. Toast rice with everything. Toast rice with everything. I could bake the fish, or I could air fry it. No oil. I could cook. No oil. Rice, fish, and fruit. Fish would be the most expensive. See what I could get fresh. Chop it up for how long? We're gonna go canned food. On the fresh food outside, it's something, man. Get racist.
Dispatch, we got ourselves a racer here. Hey, dispatch, that 24-foot suspect hit us!
Water.
2440 escaped. Damn it.
We need units over at Underwood Gardens. We just lost this perp there.
Lost visual on that 2440. Calling it.
Spent 40 to 60 bucks on fish. I might have to go frozen. You know? That's fine. If I was confident, scaling and all that shit, I'd go to the fish market. But the prep, when you go to the fish market versus, getting them already, buying them filleted and stuff, that's the type of fish. Scary. Oh, that shit.
That eyes on that red bike driver.
That. It's either that or I've been spending so much time in the training module on Final Fantasy 16. When I get tired of Cyberpunk, I'll switch back over to Final Fantasy. I got 3 worlds to be able to jump through, so you can understand why sometimes the fatigue is here. Jumping through 15, 7, and 16, along with Conquest. After I beat Cyberpunk, we still got some ways to go, I think. What you call it?
Doing something they shouldn't be doing.
Switch to something a little, maybe with a little less memory, depending on the fatigue of Final Fantasy. What you call it? Get the DLC. I think we got the DLC already, but I'm not sure if it loaded. I don't think I had enough notifications to load Final Fantasy 15 episode this, that, and that. See which one grab first. Like, which one will probably get finished first. Just whichever one I like most. Try to keep them all around the same speed, at least that's I could judge. So one don't finish before the other. But if one finishes before the other, then the episode pumped over and shit. But I can go. Then let's see. I do got like some duos type shit games I can do that I haven't. Like, when I say duo, I'm supposed to have a copy of The Last of Us and The Last of Us. I have a copy of The Last of Us and The Last of Us 2 somewhere. The Last of Us 2 is supposed to be digital. For some reason, every time I see it in the store, it's like you ain't got it. I'm like, maybe it's a different version. Because they'll tell you ain't got it, just because it's a different version. I got The Last of Us 2, The Last of Us, God of War 2, Horizon Forbidden West. I can jump in between those next time I reboot my system. Now for right now, my system's set. I got Need for Speed, to fill my mind. You know, I can always turn it off. But I like Need for Speed to use that as my, we can call it thinking meditation time. Usually it's not until a thought turns into I'm overthinking to jump out of the mode. Need to speed up. All this thinking, making progress somewhere. want to
Taking
get
us
far.
out. We're done.
I see the suspect and I'm going after him again.
Lost sight of that
I
suspect.
have eyes on that 2440. Suspect is in a Mercedes.
Patrol 1, in on the action too. This is dispatch. Suspect has been spotted at Douglas Park.
Sound the moron alert, because we got one.
Her bailed on me again.
Suspect just pulled a Houdini at Douglas Park.
Suspect lost. Terminating pursuit.
Alright, I understand. Just around the corner, going back. Going back, all of them. Alright, kind of still come out on the other side. Ah. So what I gotta do for the day, that's what I'm gonna do. The time. It's almost soon. Even if I change things. Cause it'd be like what I can get done in the time. I got it. Come back down. Just trying to sell off now. Cool, this time. Bitch is just jealous of my super racist flight.
2440 right here.
Bring your ass back here.
Take dispatch. That 2440's behind the wheel. Come on, to take it to the next level.
Got the kid.
They just hit us. Lost sight of that suspect, dispatch.
Oh, fuck it up.
Suspect just pulled a Houdini at Douglas Park.
Lost visual on that 2440. Calling it. Suspect driving a Mercedes dangerously. Look at that suspect again.
Be advised.
Fuck police.
The suspect at Douglas Park.
Now we should respect our law enforcement. When motherfuckers wanna fuck you up, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters?
Lost sight of that suspect, dispatch.
That suspect just lost us at Douglas Park.
They both got away. Calling off this pursuit.
Oh. Alright, I don't know how to explain. And the kids don't fucking drive. Alright, so let's find something to talk about. Let's talk about Barney. Barney is a dinosaur from our imagination. When his cars is built for our imagination. Barney. Big, pink dinosaur. Right? And one time he was purple. But Barney. Big, pinkish, purple dinosaur. What type of dinosaur is Barney? I think we all can agree he's a T-Rex, right? What if I told you? Fucking wrong. Barney is a dinosaur from our imagination. But who says we all imagine Barney as a big pink purple dinosaur? Big pink purple T-Rex. We gotta imagine a dinosaur because he's a dinosaur. But who says he has to be a T-Rex? And this is how Baby Bop was born. And BJ. You know? So, what type of dinosaur would you is Barney to you? Once you imagine a dinosaur that's magic. What does that dinosaur look like? Mine is a mixture of Wolverine and a Velociraptor. Captain Wolverine got the tractable claws of Wolverine. But you know, what type of Barney, what type of dinosaur is Barney? Mind blown. Right or wrong? Prince Charming. Talk about Prince Charming. The Prince Charming Oh, yeah, because I was just talking about something like this. So, did Prince Charming fall for Cinderella, or did he fall for the type? Because he has a type. If the shoe fits. There was a Cinderella that left a lasting imprint on Prince Charming until he found the Cinderella he loved. He like, are you the right Cinderella? Are you the right Cinderella? Are you the right Cinderella? But he dated a type because he put them all in the shoe. Like, can you fit the shoe? No, you can't fit those shoes. No, that was definitely at your shoe. So, the Cinderella, like, what gave Cinderella the qualities over the other Cinderella? Damn, she almost fit. Bitch. But he knew he loved Cinderella. Can she wear the shoes, though? The woman. And it goes into dating type and being in love with a person without being in love with the person, but being in love with the person. And everything about you I love. Can't help it. It's just the way my heart goes. You know, I love a man with money. Okay, so that's your, if that's one of your measurements for the shoe. All the guys you date gotta come with money. You know, is there a Cinderella that fit that glass slipper that's like, you come with money and you just got everything else that these other Cinderellas ain't got? The belle of the ball, one might say. Or is it delusion? And you're like, I don't love the money. You know, it's not the shoe. You think he made Cinderella wear that one shoe for the rest of her life? Bitch, you ever take off this shoe? But she still gotta wear the shoe. Or else Cinderella, there's another foot.
Patrolling danger.
You know what I mean? Like, we could even talk about him living a bachelor lifestyle as a king. He like, shit, I love me some Cinderella. Like, why? Shit. We had one amazing night and she was gone before the sun was gone. She didn't even want to stay the night. That could be his type. I'm busting that and she's gone. Like, my Uber's outside, gotta go. From a bachelor lifestyle, I'm not just looking for marriage. Now, we can talk about it in metaphorical sense. Is this the type of woman he wants to marry? It could be. Which is why he was able to try the shoe out all around the king. Some people for the street.
This driver is an absolute dumbass. Patrol ready to help you guys.
I'm just here because I can't cross it. I don't really care at the moment, to be honest.
All units, we've got a fresh sighting of the suspect at Jefferson Hills.
Looks like we're taking the scenic route, dispatch.
Suspect last seen entering Lake Virgil.
Just riding around.
All units, intercept ahead and take this boat head down.
Right.
Deploying roadblock.
Cinderella just wanted to get away from the kids for one night, from the children. She got back to the house.
Be advised, suspect entering Southland Drive.
Just wanted a moment to escape. Now, if you want more, it's the plot. But if she's just looking for every blue moon to escape, you know how many Prince Charmers are there? She don't want one. That's called dating.
Suspect last seen entering Douglas Park.
Patrol is joining the others in pursuit of the suspect.
If I can get in front of him, I can force him to stop.
Get what I'm saying?
We want a piece of the pie, dispatch.
Prince Charm. You ain't no Prince Charm. Tight though. Met you just like that. Works.
We just lost that damn perp in Underwood Gardens.
I want to find this perp and shut him down.
Because it's tight. All this man, it's all my fault. And then don't like when a man solves a problem. It's not that. It's just you're not rich. Shut up. But most of the problem ain't really problem. Shit, real life, everyday life. Like, before you met her, she took, you know, before y'all got together, she took, she cleaned, you know, she did all of this shit. Then you, as a rich man, she got her the man she wanted, and she stopped doing it. Because she like, a man's supposed to solve that problem. But she viewed that as the problem. But that's what she wanted, because that's a real problem. It ain't really money. She's just tired of slaving around the house. So that means who's supposed to slave around the house to actually solve her problem? A man. She wanted to be rich, so he ain't got to. But in reality, somebody got to take care of the house. Now we can talk about, that's just household chores. But then we got taking care of the house as far as the mental state. Are you doing your job? Keep your foot up the kid's ass so they're not hooping you. Are you doing your job as far as making sure, you know, your significant other remembers why they love you every day? You know what I mean? Taking care of the house. Some people get tired of being the only one doing the heavy lifting. Right? So, taking care of the metaphorical house. Maybe she's tired of taking care of the metaphorical house. Hopefully, if she's already a wife, she like, look, it's your turn. Not that she's tired of it, just here, your turn. But her man's supposed to solve that. I don't want to think about paying bills and none of that shit. I still need the money though. Fine, I'll get the money. But I don't want to worry about none of that shit. You worried about all that shit. I don't worry about what we gonna eat, how we gonna eat. You know, I might even cook from time to time. I'm not against cooking. But growing shopping and making the meals fit for the budget and what's healthy, what's not, all that shit, my man better come take away from me right now. That's what Cinderella wanted saving from. Right? So he do that all in the beginning. And he bring in the money. Then he stopped. Because he like, I shouldn't have to do all this. It shouldn't have to be that hard. Sometimes I get tired of making all the money and, you know, expected to do all of this shit. Because everybody got the same thought process. It's just perspective and point of view. Like responsibility. Like, you know, my wife's gonna be responsible for this shit. And shit, I'm tired of carrying that responsibility, bitch. It's your turn. Fine, I'm tired of carrying these responsibilities anyway. Your turn. That's a good partnership. Fine. Even though both, it's different responsibility, but the weight of the other responsibility is a refresher. That's a good match. Because the refresher is like, cool. You know, I can take myself out of Bloodborne and jump into Elden Ring. It's the same fucking grind. It's not gonna feel like a refresher. That's why the driving around fast, and tripping around corners, the different mechanics to the feel of the game in my hand is a good refresher from Cyberpunk. Like, but you're still playing the game. I don't get what you're talking about. Like, that game is fatiguing. Different game. So, different responsibility, even though it's still the responsibility of the house. It's a refresher. Like, different weight. So I want to put the weight on my knees. I got a fresh back. I carry the shit on my back that much. Now, my back was killing me. You know? And give me that. Now, this is why it's important for both couples to carry the weight equally and shift the weight, because like some things are set in stone. When I say it's set in stone, let's say she's better at carrying the weight on her back. He's better at carrying the weight on his knees. She just got bad knees. She can't carry the weight on her knees, which is why she built a strong back. You know? He can't carry the weight on his back. Let's say old injury. His knees are strong though. So her weight on her back that she carries always has to be what she can maintain. You know, his knees, it's like he could carry more on his knees than she can.
Got eyes on some asshole.
So distribution of load to be sometimes like I could take some pressure off. Like I could take some pressure off. But that's your weight. That's your weight. Because she just can't carry that weight. He can't carry that weight. You know? But exercising together and understanding the balance is important, because she like, all that stuff, that's all you. Now she keep packing stuff on his back, on his back, on his back. when it comes time for her to carry the shit, it's no real relief. It's appreciation for what he carried, but it's not relief. It's not a refresher. It's not a refresher because she can't carry the load that she make him carry. That's not good. Should be able to be, here, hold this. Like, fine, you hold this. And the weight, again, it's a different stress somewhere else, but it's not too much for either to bear. Because you can't transfer the weight and the person can't bear the weight back and forth unless you know, like, motherfucker injured here, motherfucker injured there. They can't. So you got to carry that weight. Now you can't be mad. You can feel away, like, if I could, if I wasn't injured. No, if I could, if I wasn't injured. So the most you could do is make sure that the weight isn't overbearing. Like, here, you'll be strong, you'll be okay. You know, because you don't want to have a motherfucker have bad back and bad knees. Like, nope, we gonna keep that back in shape, boo. Whether male or female. We gonna keep that back in shape, don't worry. Here, I got the icy hot for your knees. No, I'm soaking some Epsom salt, I'll rub you down with some icy hot. Tonight's your night. Feed you, make you bust a nut, go to sleep. That's a good, partnership. It's a good relationship. It's a good marriage. But only if you want to keep it. But some people don't be in that stage. Be good, they're like, should have married them. Like, why? Just transfer of weight, power, everything is balanced. We both, fit together. So, shit like that, when it comes to carrying a weight in relationship matters. So, Prince Charming, Cinderella, I said, she probably just like, I don't want to feel the weight. Like, for a moment, you carry the weight. That's if he's good to begin with. That's why some people don't get the tail. Because it's the same weight. Sorry, I can't fuck with you. That's fucking with the same weight. I'm not fucking with that weight. I'm trying to relieve myself of that weight. Carry that. I think I can't. Here, you carry this. Why? It's been too long. I'm sore. Fine. Motherfucker's supposed to be able to take that. Like, give me that. Whether, like, cool. I can stretch this. I feel what you mean. It's been a while. But the weight shouldn't feel overbearing. Like, ain't no way I can do that. Ain't no way we can shift weight. You know? $50-50 equals it's supposed to be 100% when it comes to the non-financial aspect of the relationship. 100%. I need to be 100% in. You need me 100% in. So that's the same thing. We can use that same concept and we can talk about purchasing an apartment or a house together. Some people like, I make 100,000, you make 100,000. They give us 200,000. So that's what we're working with. Like, no. You make 100,000, they make 100,000. 100,000 is what you're working with. So in case something happens, you lose out 100,000, which could be, you know, depending on, it's gonna be play money a little bit. You know, one person might be like, it's a little pressure, you know, it's a little stretch, but we can make it happen. We're not gonna lose our basic necessities. So you're working on a $100,000 budget. We're not gonna lose no necessity because you could carry your house by yourself. You could carry this house by yourself. I could carry this house by myself. That's why going 50-50 on finances, once you understand how to walk and chew gum, matters. Because then you like, half of what I only got to give financially, half of what it takes. What am I going to do with the other half? Because I didn't even plan to have this half in my pocket. Now you can choose to combine, or you can choose, like, here's what I'm going to do. Because sometimes all you need is just to know that the house is secure. Like, baby, I bought a giraffe. Like, what the fuck? Like, Lois don't gotta go half with Peter. She princess. She got rich money. Family Guy. Lois is fucking rich. She's daddy's princess. Like, what do you want? She don't have to go half with Peter. But I know she go half with Peter because Peter still got pocket money for himself. He's not just supplying that family on his own. He's able to go buy the Peter copter. He's able to, you know, go buy a giraffe. Because all his brewery money, not just going into the house. He got pocket change for himself. That's why Peter never say it's my house. He might say, I'm the man of the house. Expect me as the man of your house. Understand. Are you dumb? You're not dumb, right? No, you're not dumb. That beautiful brain is what I love. Now, because you're not dumb, do you think you would choose an irresponsible husband? Because that would be dumb, right? Now, Judge, trust me to be the trust of your judgment. We need a giraffe. I can't with you. Like, shit, what else are we gonna do? It's good to have a giraffe around for a while. Like, yeah, but my snobby friends are always talking about they were in Rome and shit. I'm like, we had a giraffe for a while. Like, what? Ain't none of them had a giraffe, all that money they had. It's good bragging rights, too. None of them had a giraffe. I'm like, what? Now one want to get a llama. The other one want to get a poop. You know, an ostrich. Because we have a giraffe. Set trend. Like, yes. Rome is nice this time of year, isn't it? Yes. We had a giraffe. Like, what? Yeah, my husband bought a giraffe. Like, what? Yeah.
2440 in our vicinity.
God damn, what was that like? It was crazy. You know how a dog sit out the door, or a cat sit outside the door while you're trying to get banged out? The giraffe would be outside the window looking in. You never had a weird Saturday morning until you look outside while you're cooking breakfast and you see a big giraffe dick outside. Like, oh! You know what I mean? Ah. No, I don't, but it's down in the tree. But Again, that's the benefit of going 50-50. You can save up enough money to buy yourself a giraffe. You know? So lifestyle. Your budget is $100,000. Now, if let's say you make more than your significant other, technically your budget is still the max of what your significant other can make. It's still what your significant other can make. That's your max at the moment, because regardless of what you bring in,
I think we have ourselves a racer here.
you know, knock on wood, nothing happens, you know, hoping nothing happens. But let's say you can't bring that in. What type of stress are you putting on the household? You understand? Like, shit, we can't make it off my check. We can't make it off my Wendy's check, Thugnificent. I'm doing some calculation. Like, man, fuck up how people switch up on you the moment you ain't got it. But you were providing that lifestyle. Y'all weren't living the lifestyle of the group. So, you gotta learn how to provide smart. You know, positions that you don't control, gotta bring them up to par. Like, okay, our budget right now is $100,000, even though I make $500,000. Like, you know what? I want me certain luxury. I could buy it for myself, and I don't want to be like, fuck you, I don't need you, because I want you, I need you. So, let's see what I could do to bump your budget up. So now next year, you at 200,000, right? So your budget is no longer 100,000. It's 200,000 because you both could, at the very least, in tough times, maintain this year or wherever, you know. 200,000. Like, let's bump you up to 300,000. As long as the motherfucker like, okay, shit, I don't give a fuck, just go into the house. If you stress, you like, you know, give them a little time, of course. Get you your little toys that you wanted, so that they're like, shit, I got everything I need. Here you go. You throw that shit into the house.
This is dispatch. First last spotted at Kennedy.
Alright, because sometimes reaching the next level is harder for some people. Because you might get a motherfucker up to, you know, $500,000. And they like, oh, well, you know, I think if we do this, because they looking at it from a different perspective. If we do this, here's how we break that plateau. I'm going to go first, since you've been having a problem with it, to show you. So let me show you what I mean. Now that bump, you know, to 600,000. Now that 600,000 plus 600,000, which is 120,000. Wait, $1,200,000. My bad. It's $1,200,000. But your budget isn't $1,200,000. It's still 600,000. Because again, if that person can't bring in 600,000 a year, then you take a hit because you're living above your budget. Your budget is 600,000 because you both can make 600,000. If one go down, nothing. It might be a little stretch. I can do I have to work overtime indefinitely now. I can't be there like, you want some overtime? Fuck no, I'm going home to my hot wife or my hot husband. You can't say fuck no no more. Like, excuse me, boss. So you have a bit of overtime. We're having a bit of hard time. You know? to live a little more comfortably, and it's not like here bills, a little bit of food, gas money. That's all we could do. We won't starve. We got a roof over our head and the lights are on. We can get from A to B for the week or for the pay period. That's a stretch. Boss man, I have a bit of overtime. Like now we could go to the movies. You wanna go on that Red Lobster date, boo? Red Lobster? Shit, it's 2 for 1 at Applebee's. What you talking about? Get what I'm saying? So budget. Living outside your budget is, if we're a team, as a team, motherfucker go down, even though it might not affect your pocket. You know, like I said, you might make more. You're like, it ain't gonna affect our pocket. It ain't gonna affect my pocket. You know, but overall effect on the household is what you gotta think of. But if a motherfucker lose out on yours, are you gonna be able to sit through them hard times? I fuck no, because this was the budget. All of a sudden, you don't make enough for me. I need me a real man. My bitch, you barely got it. You know? You don't look at you like you broke, bitch. While you looking down on me. The crushing death. But you want it where, again, it's not, it might be a stress, but it's not a break. When you got the little extra tooth splurge, it's like, enjoy it while it lasts. That's what I always say. Here, I ain't always got it, but while I got it, here. Because who knows? Shit, I might lose my job and not be in that tax bracket. Like, if this, you know, like, if a motherfucker lose his job, how, you know, I don't want to think about how we're going to survive. Be like, damn, what? I just told the boss, fuck him, fuck that overtime, and fuck all that work after work. I'll be here in the morning. Now I got to go in there. Hey, boss, you know I be tripping, right? So if he ever think about asking me about overtime, I want him to imagine his mom getting plowed by 6 black guys all at once. That's how much he should avoid thinking about me when it comes to overtime. You know, like, oh shit. Now I gotta go in there, Bob. You know I be tripping, right? It shouldn't be, damn, you gonna leave me, you know, call me all types of broke bitches, act like I wasn't there through, you know, not just the financial up, shit like that. What time is it? 30. I got into a good conversation. But that's 50-50 financially and how it should work. 50-50 in a relationship is 100%, 100%. Your 100% plus my 100% equals one whole relationship. One and one is, you know, you like it's 2, but it's 1. And what are you adding? 100% plus 100% isn't 200%. It's 1%, 100% of a whole relationship. when is 1 plus 1 not 2? When you got 1/2 and 1/2, it makes one whole. But that 1/2 can stand on its own as 1, even though it's half. I got 2 halves, which means you got 1/2 and 1/2. Technically it's 1, but you like it's a half of a whole, and a whole is 1. Math ain't hard when you realize that you're mathing. That's how I got in there. This relationship. Like I hold my boo, my boo. You know, see, I'm 100% in. Be honest. That's all I know how to give. If it don't work, ain't necessarily on me. Just be like, here's where I miss you then. I missed you because I'm poor. God damn. But you only level up when you want to live a different lifestyle. And it's like when you're living properly on the proper budget, there's only one. You know, it shouldn't be hard to live comfortably, especially when you got 2 halves working as 100% one whole. I said it. You like all your bills financially a month, you can only handle $1,500. The significant other, if y'all decide to get together, if y'all decide to move in together, should be able to handle $1,500. Or the place y'all get together, y'all decide like we're gonna get us a place together. Right now, I know it can't be more than $1,500 because you know $1,500, let's say for everything. Because shit, I gotta survive just in case. You gotta survive just in case, and it's not even just in case somebody leaving, it's somebody getting hurt. Now 1,500 and 1,500 is 3,000. Potentially, what y'all got to spend with is depending on how much. You know, let's say 1,500 split in half. 750, yeah, 750. That leaves you with 750. That leaves her with 750. That don't mean y'all got to be a whole on that. You know, but 750 for you, you might not be able to live comfortably at 750. Like you might be able to live comfortably at 750. Like shit, I want this car, I want that car. I want this, I want that. You know, I want this bag, I want that bag. That's why I tell people sometimes, you know, get what you want first. You know, get which one makes the more sense. When I say it makes more sense, it's easier to get a few one-time purchases versus a purchase that's going to be a reoccurring expense. Because that takes away from your overall money. So, let's say internet. You want to say internet. Internet is a recurring expense.
Eyes on our dangerous driver.
Now you could choose to upgrade your internet. Let's say you like, I feel like I got shitty internet. I got a little bit more money. I could upgrade my internet. It's a recurring expense. Let's say there were 6 games you wanted. It's easier to buy those 6 games and then get the internet, because those only ones, that's a one-time expense. I could drop a bag on these games I'm still going to replenish over time, let's say. But every time I replenish, I'm not replenishing less. Because if you up and add an expense, your replenishment is less. You're not gonna make back the same amount because you have to have this extra expense. So a one-time purchase versus, you know, a reoccurring expense. Sometimes it's easier to buy that Birkin bag. Like I could buy I saved up to buy this Birkin bag. I want a new car, but that's gonna take out, let's say, an extra $200 a month out of my pocket money, leaving you with, if we talking about $750, leaving you with $550. So now your personal money, like I only got $550. You gotta figure out a way to replenish that $250. But that's because y'all living within y'all budget, and you like, you know, I could get that return expense, even though it might be at my expense. It's not a household. I haven't found a reason to be like, we need a new Porsche. That new Porsche is for you. Because when I'm like, give me the keys to the Porsche. Oh, yeesh. So it's not a house expense. Unless you're willing to give up the keys to the Porsche. So it don't go into the overall budget. So it's like, shit, a house can't afford that right now. Like, come on, boo. Instead of pocketing that $750, you know? But at the same time, this is why you can't go all in for both. Because now you're like, you need both. And y'all have no pocket change. The pocket change came from going 50-50
2440 right in front of you.
on what's affordable on one. On one person's salary. That's how you have the $750 to pocket. Right. Until eventually you're like, nope, can't afford it. Like, what you mean? I ain't gonna have no pocket money. But to say that you can't, you know, you can. You can live a little lavishly. But you gotta realize what's your pocket money that you spend. What's the most important? Say you already got a car, you know, stuff like that. You're already maintaining that. A roof over your head, food in your stomach, and your lights on. Because then you feel like you're both all in. We're both all in. We're both into our pocket change and stuff like that. We might as well merge it into one. Like, no. For me, it's a no. Not until we living at that and then we got pocket change. Because now we're replenishing our pocket change money faster. No, we're not merging shit. Because if one of us fall off now, it's not just
Eyes on that red flag driver.
your car got to go up. Here's where your problem is. You know, it's not the job. It's not the household. Because you're still bringing in enough to meet the household requirement. It's your expense. It's your spending. So you might need less of that. You might need less of that. You might need less of that. I might be able to keep up mine. Then it'd be like, I guess I'll get rid of this and help you out here. So that you don't have to worry about this, so you got a little bit of pocket money. But I'm only helping you out with this until you can solve another problem that may be just a single expense versus a reoccurring expense. Because I can't help you with a reoccurring expense. But if I could knock out a single expense, which would clear up some money for you here, now you got more money to work with, and you're gonna let that little money stack and solve the next single expense. Because you can't change reoccurring expense. You locked in until that expense is over with. Then do you have the option to move around? Be like, I don't need that expense no more. Woo! Thank you. Does that clear up X, Y, Z? But if it takes both of you, like we could use one car, shit, for a moment. You still might need your own, but we can use one car for a moment. Get rid of your car.
2440 on our sights.
You know, some people might try to find a way to write off the current reoccurring expense because it take up so much. But you got to look at what's the single expense. You know, so it might be easier to be like, I can clear that up, so I don't have to worry about that just hanging me. I can clear that up. You know, that $100 that I'm like, if I stretch it amongst these, little by little, you know, when it's just like, what, $100? Here's $100. Get that out the way. Like, why? Because you still, you know, you gonna save up X, Y, Z, or you have to hustle up that $100. How much were you saving a month for that $100? And I was like, shit, I was probably able to save up $5, $10 a month to go towards that 100, taking you, you know, what, 5 months, 5 months, 10 months, 20 months, from something so little. I just saved you 10 months. So now that 25, you know, can add up and go somewhere else. One-time expense. Alright, if I could turn a car into a one-time expense, you know, not have a car note, you would do that, right? That don't mean that you, like, I bought that one cash, but I decided to get me a car note anyway. Like, why? Because I can still, you know, that's still money that I had that's going to replenish anyway. So like, shit. Paying this little, like, shit. Let's get this out in the hole. So you might do the big one, might do the small one. Might be easier to get the small ones out the way. And that's just clearing up debt. But if, again, one-time expense, I want Netflix, right? You can pay out your Netflix for the next 5 years if you got the money. Well, at the very cheapest as well. Even if it's $20 a month, that's $240 a year. $500. You drop $500. You got Netflix for 2 years, and you ain't got to worry about it. About that little money coming out the check, because it's gonna replenish anyway. Now you don't got to pay $20 a month, $250 a year. For the next 5 years. Let's say you can save that in 6 months.
Dispatch,
like 250. I can say, well, 250 in 6 months. Instead of that little, now you like, damn. You know, I'm stretched because I'm doing a little here, a little there, a little here, a little there. Like, you know what? I want Netflix. Let's pay out Netflix for the next 5 years. I don't have to worry about that expense for 5 years, and I'll figure out if I want to go back to it or not. That's why Netflix try not to get you into the ability to come in, drop in, and go out anytime you want. It's why they don't do contracts. Because, like, here, $20 to rent a million movies. You don't have to come back next month if you don't want. Just give me your $20 for this month. You got access to a million movies. Now, I want access to a million movies for 5 years. Here. Like, shit, you got access to a million movies for 5 years. That's why it's made for you to be able to be like, nope, I'm out. You ain't doing nothing but renting a million movies for $20. You might not even watch all the movies. Well, of course you're not gonna watch all the movies. But it's easier to save. You can save up that $20. You like, if I save, you know, I could save up for one big expense. Get that out the way. I save up for my next big expense. Because let's say that big expense is, we're gonna say $100. But on that $100, they want XYZ percent. So that percent of that $100 is coming out every time. Instead of shit, just did $100. Bought it flat out. Because what's your pocket money? That's pocket money on a relationship. But it can go the same way individually. Like I said, my pocket money. If I save XYZ, I can make $100 a month. Out of my check, I spend 60%, which is $60. You know, I spend 60% off that. All my bills could be covered with $60 because 100 is easy for people to understand. And we get better with percentage. That leaves me with 40% to put in my pocket. That leaves me with $40 in my pocket every month. You know, if I could pay all my bills with $60, that $40 look pretty nice every month. Like, where it's gonna go? Let's say you ain't got no kids, nothing. You know, because if you got kids, then you're like, 10% got to go to the kid. Leave me with $30. You know, you might have a girlfriend. I might set aside 10% for my girlfriend. That's $10 there. That's $10 there. When I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna take that $40 and I'm gonna cash my daughter out on clothes, games, you know, something to keep her clothes and to make sure she don't have to worry about entertaining herself, a hobby. I take that 40%, cash her out for the next XYZ until those resources diminish. I don't have to worry about that. So it's not 10% here, it's not 10% there. I'm like, shit, I can use this next 40% next month to cash out my mama. Hell, mama, go get your nails done, go get your hair done. You know, thank you for raising. Mwah. Instead of, you know, I'm gonna take 10% and put this on this. I'm gonna take 10% and put that on that. I'm gonna take 10% and put this on that. You know, now you're using all, that's 30% technically. But let's say you're using 10% here, 10% there, 10%. You got 4 different options, but it's over a period of time. Until that is paid off, that $10 never come back. You might have it, but it's one hand to the other. $10% be, I can spend this $10 on clothes and stuff now. Then next month, I spend another $10 on clothes and stuff now. Then, you know, until she got what she needs. When I'm like, shit, I just give 100% of what's left. Whew. That should get you out the way for the most part. I might need another 10% of the next 40. If anything, right? Like 10% of the next 40. I still got 30% left. Still got $40 out of it. I still got $30 out of that 40. But, you know, we're doing it at the market value that $60 take care of room and board. You keep a roof over your head, food in your stomach, your lights on. Maybe, you know, like I said, with that, I'll probably include the bus pass because it's mandatory. Bus pass or transportation, we're going to say transportation because transportation is mandatory. You know what I mean? But if you like, I could save 100% of this for the next 2 months, 3 months, and get me a car. I don't have to worry about a car note. No, we're gonna say a year. Say car is a big expense to pay out that, you know, cash. At least one that's reliable. Save up the next 6 months, I could buy me a car cash. The only real expense that I gotta take out of that last 40% is gas money and insurance money. And I'm like, how much? Like, fuck it. For the next 6 months, we're gonna take that whole 40% and throw it into the car insurance. Now we paid up on the car insurance for 4 years. Even though we went, that's the extra money. Even though I couldn't buy the video games. I couldn't buy, like, my daughter don't need the clothes. I bought her all the clothes and the shit she needs to stay content. You know? Here, mama. Just because. Like, I can't say nothing. You know? Just people you love, your woman. Here, I'm gonna cash you out for the next 6 months. Don't expect nothing from me for 6 months. And that's why you did it big today, huh? Yup, I asked you what you wanted, and I delivered. So for the next 6 months, ain't nobody touching shit out of my pocket. Like, why? Because I want this, and this will have me cash out here. Motherfucker like, shit, I got what I need for the next 6 months. So how, you know, this is what I mean by budgeting and planning. Because 100% of your pocket money, instead of split here, every month, you can cash out a motherfucker for the next 6 months. Don't ask me for nothing. Like 6 months after here, because here's my plan. This is why it's good to have a plan and to operate out of your plan. Now, I'm gonna cash you out. I'm gonna cash my daughter out. I'm gonna cash my mama out because that's my mama. You know? And then that's 3 months. That's 3 months of cashing people out. So for the next 6 months, nobody asks me for shit. You know, I might have to cash myself out just to keep myself content. This is what I'm gonna need to not go crazy. So that's 4 months. For the next 6 months, which is the rest of the year, don't actually shit. Because everything is gonna go here. If it's an emergency, I could pull, 10%. So it'd be like, fine, here. Because I'm holding on to it, I'm saving it. But I'm saving it to throw a big wad of cash somewhere, which again opens up all my money. That replenish money, that money that I get to put in my pocket. That opens up 100% of that 40%. Instead of me, like, I could take 10% of that 40, so this month I'll throw in 30.
Dispatch, we got ourselves
It ain't gonna throw me off
here.
too much. Right, because my other expenses, that other 60% is already taken. That never gets touched. It requires, I'm only, 60%. Because I got needs, I gotta do. People need from me. So 60% of your check should go over your head. A roof over your head. Food in your stomach. Make sure your lights are on. And a bus pass. Transportation. We're gonna say transportation. Because it all depends on what tax bracket you're in at that point. Even if you ain't making nothing, take 60% of your check. Here you go to who I stay with. This money right here is so that I don't have to ask you for shit. So 10% of that, 40% probably go to toiletries and shit. And all depends on how you shop. You be like, shit, I can buy my toiletries for the next 6 months. I don't need to buy toiletries. Your big thing of body wash will last you about 2 months, right? A month or two. You buy 3 of those, that's 6 months. How much toothpaste do you go through in a month? The most thing you probably go through is toilet paper. But once you, like, here, we're gonna have this much toilet paper in the house from jump. Like, why? Because once we go through 40% of our toilet paper, it's easier to replenish that 40%, and we still got 60% we can burn through. Then, overall, we go through 40% in 3 months of the toilet paper. So it just takes, after 3 months, we gotta replenish. We ain't never gonna run out of toilet paper technically, unless we hit hard times. One time to be like, how much? And then you're like, well, here's the rate that we burn through it. Technically, it's cheap, to be like, here, now we're back at 100%. Versus, here's what we gotta save up to put it back at 100%. Because after 6 months, you could go back to, let's say you refill at every 10%. You can go back to 10% monthly to replenish. You might, like, this is how much we go through a month. You can go back to monthly taking this out. When you're like, just given how much I actually save, because I feel sick, not have to worry about it. Like, you know what? I got the money right now. Throw it there, 100% again. Right? Because you look at supplies, then you look at how much you got. Like, it'll be smart to get it out the way. Because I got it, it don't really gotta go anywhere. I'm just gonna go buy something stupid with it. So it's just smart to refill the supply. Versus waiting till they need to be refilled and it costs me XYZ. Now, how long can we go without refilling? you can't go the month without refilling, you got a problem to begin with. You know? But you save it, you pocket it. Because it may be able to go to a bigger expense that's a one-time expense. I don't have to take $10 every month out when I can use those $10 to go to this big expense real fast. Get that, knock that out the way within that time frame. Like, now you back. You're like, it's that time. We can refill this, refill that. You know? That's how you sustain it. But you got 60% you ain't never touching, so you gotta remember that's not part of your 60%. Sometimes I do add it in, it all depends on the woman. Like, that is one woman, what's your monthly expense? Like rent is, like, no, you're not listening, what's your monthly expense? Like rent is, how much is rent, food, gas. How much do you spend on transportation? Transportation is your own problem.
2440 in the area.
But, you know, rent, food, and gas. How much is your monthly expense? If she keeps talking about rent, she's not thinking big at the moment. She's just like, if somebody paid my rent. You talking about rent, gas, and food for the month. Work on our own transportation. You know, your cell phone's yours, your transportation's yours. You know, we might have to come together for, like, let's say, internet or something, but I keep my internet separate because I stream. So I need two internets. I need this one just for the bandwidth and all of that shit. Can't afford to my data being pulled from everywhere. TVs and other video game consoles and phones and tablets. Like, I always believe that we should have two different internets. One for us and one for the kids. The kids act up, shut their shit down. Cut them. They cut. Cut their supply. That don't gotta affect us. Cut their supply. So y'all get this shit together. Ain't no internet for y'all. Because most devices run off the internet. They need the internet. Please, I'll do anything. I'll suck your dick.
Dispatch, we got ourselves a racer here.
So we need two separate to begin with. And then there should be limited to, you know, which device you're using. You're gonna learn to share it today. Be strong enough that they could work multiple things. You know, it might take a while for this shit to download, but you'll get it eventually. But, you know, y'all just limited because it's more, you know, depending on how much of them it is. Nope, you're cutting. You're cutting it completely out the budget until y'all get this shit together. Just as a punishment. Ain't no internet for y'all. Because you can't control who's on and push people off and we're making you require passwords and all this shit. But the bandwidth, like I said, I would be compromising for myself because we got so many different devices on one device. Like, nope, I can't do it. I want to be like, nobody use the internet, I got to download on. I want to be able to download, go take a shit, and come back and it's big. Damn, I gotta wait because there's too many devices. I need to download the game this month because y'all running through my goddamn data, but y'all downloading over there. Two separate internet. But anyway, to be like, what should we join as an expense? Roof over our head, food in our stomach, and our lights in our, lights and heat on. Heaters on. That's what we're splitting down the middle. Toiletries, probably put toiletries on. Like monthly for all this shit, it costs me XYZ. Like, cool. We go half. Now look. Here's what I suggest that we do. Because we go half, let's get our supplies with the money we save up. Now what you mean? Technically, again, if our budget, if we're making $1,000, if we're making $100 a month, and we're both going, 60% on $60 overall for the house, right? To keep all that running, that leaves us with $40 to keep. We can take that 40, combine it right now, and we buy everything we need for the house. Here's all our toilet paper. Even that, not like I said, that might even be included. Just buy everything we need for the house. We could take that. We could buy tables. We could buy chairs. We could buy, our appliances. We get one-time expenses that's big, that's required for the house. Got us an air fryer. We got us a better stove. We got us some chairs. We got us a kitchen table set. We cash out for a moment on that because we need it. And then we go start playing with our own money, with ourselves. Like maybe the budget was just what it takes monthly for our toiletry, right? If toilet paper costs us this much, mouthwash, toothpaste costs us that, soap costs us that a month for the month. We splitting that all those expenses down the middle, right? Detergent. Sometimes detergent is iffy. I don't like that detergent. Well, this is the one I like. Don't you change my detergent one. Alright, well, you're on your own with detergent. But here, just instead of surviving for the month, we take what we got left and we stack up on that shit. Because the goal is to be able to clear your replenishing money in a timely manner. So you don't necessarily have to save up. You can just get it out the way. Like saving up, it'll take that 6 months. But as long as you keep taking out your pocket reoccurringly, adding interest, it takes that much longer to save up, to clear it off. That's why it might be a good thing to like, how much, babe? Like how much is your debt right now? Like overall? Like $1,500. Like what? Like yeah, but I'm only if I had a check to give, it'll work. But piece go here, piece go there, piece go there. So its piece is out of my overall leftover money, 20%. Like shit. Well look, I put my change money, my pocket change money, which would be $700. Right? Let's say I'll go back to the 1,500 a month. 750. No, what was it? 550. It was 750 because it was 1,600. Right. My pocket money, because I saved 750. We take with your pocket money. You know, some things we'll have to miss something for the month. It's okay. We let them know that we're gonna run behind on the payment.
Calling
Here.
all cars. I think we got ourselves a 2440 in our sights. Dispatch, we have ourselves a 2440 right here.
Public enemy number 1 in our sights, dispatch. Eyes on our dangerous driver.
Eyes on that driver.
Got eyes on that driver.
40 in our crosshairs.
Dispatch, we have ourselves a 2440 right here. All units, I think we have ourselves a racer here. Dispatch, we got ourselves a racer here. Calling all cars. I think we got ourselves a 2440 in our sights.
Start. I'm doing 10 of the core thing. 10. And then 20 crunches. But again, it's lifestyle. I don't really care to live lavish, especially if I can't cash out. My God. Save. When can I save? What can I save? Like for Christmas, I might have to pick up an expense. I didn't want to pick up an expense.
Calling all units. Think we got a visual on a 2440.
And that expense would be my daughter MacBook Pro. Because I can't cash out, not without begging for money. So I'm gonna have to get on a payment plan for that. Plus my phone bill went up. So I'm looking at maybe 160 extra out of pocket this year coming up. Buy the MacBook Pro. She about to go. This is her senior year in high school. So to upgrade her laptop, and we don't have to do it next year while we trying to figure out books and all this other shit. You know, like I said, prom is a one-time expense. Don't have to do it all out. She got her own car, so we ain't got to rent a car. You know, her grandma car good enough if she wanted to use a different car. Her mama car good enough if she wanted to use a car. Don't got to worry about car. Dress, hair, and makeup is the big expense. So that whatever extra shit, maybe class trip, fucking luncheon. To be like, what's expense that's coming up? Whether I could take care of it by myself, or I meet her mama halfway, or I gotta ask, hey mama, grandma, the little one needs. So these are expenses that's coming up. To be like, how far ahead am I thinking about my expenses?
Calling all units. We have a 2440 in our sights.
Oh, that's two. Start.
It's always how I thought. Just motherfuckers didn't understand the budget. Here's what I'm making. Outside of bus pass, if motherfuckers don't keep grabbing, I could pay my own phone bill when I first started. If not, it's my bus pass, and you know, I could buy us all something to eat tonight. Don't ask me how we gonna eat the rest of the night. Motherfuckers like shit, buy us something to eat then.
2440 escaped.
To be like he ain't giving up the money. Like I used to stay with my daughter,
The whole area.
you know, my daughter's mother and her mother. I asked them, you know, if you ask him, like not that he didn't play his part, but he could have gave more. Shit, I'm only making $130 after my bus pass, filling your daughter's tank, and food for Friday. I'm out. Should have been just here, shut up and take my money. But the money went into the house. It's not like I was tricking off. Right. Motherfucker feel like you tricking off. Shit, ain't nothing else I can do with that check. That check gone. $7 day. That's about $20. At the time, I think it was like 27. Fill up the tank about $40. Get it washed too. About 45. You know, at 120. That's 40, and we looking at $70. Then food. Might buy me a Black and Mild, maybe a sack of weed. But food, tacos expensive. Cause it ain't Taco Bell we eat. But that's all I could do. So that's what I did. Right. I need 2K, and I need me a good phone. That's what I needed then. I needed 2K and a good phone. One I could play games on. But it went where it needed to go. That's not how it feels sometimes. That's 30. No mas. Start. Oh. Might have to drive to work today. But you know, it's always been the mindset. Sometimes people don't see the mindset because it's, you know, it's a mindset. Let's just see what you got to give. You know, she wouldn't be the only one.
Dispatch, looks like we have ourselves a racer here.
Oh, my own mama has some time.
Turks into Mercedes.
You ain't doing enough.
Spanish.
We're out of this chase.
You know,
Turks took us down.
gotta go. Giving all I got.
We're gonna have to terminate this pursuit.
Once people see you start getting more, they wanna. I need more. Need more. Like, damn, hold on. Give me a second to get what I need to get through the next stage. Because just like how I'm like, for the next 6 months, if I do this for the next 6 months, don't ask me for shit. Just to get there. Or you're like, ooh, you got more? Give me. That's why, like right now, I'm not necessarily getting the hours I need. I'm picking up more hours at different stores. So that's the plus. You know, gotta hustle. But people are like, why you just don't quit your job for a better job? This job right now giving me management experience. So when I do go to the next job, I don't have to accept anything less than management if I stay here for 4 years. In this position for 4 years. You know? Just to be solid, they really asked for 2. At least 2 years. I do one better. I graduated college on this shit. Put it all together. Make this shit happen. Seen enough. So career-wise for the next level, which is when I do go somewhere that'll pay me more, I don't have to start entry level. I'm coming in as somebody boss. And then it's just be earning the respect of your co-workers, your team. But I'm coming in as the boss. Fuck what you talking about. Give a fuck if you like it or not. I'm the boss now. Look at me. Look at me. I'm the captain of this ship. And I can say that with confidence. Instead of starting over entry level.
.2440 right in front of me.
Ah. So I think about all these things constantly, consistently. Um, Consistency is key, even if it's a thought. Eventually, one day those thoughts, I should work out, will turn into action. Stop talking about it, bitch. Who you lying to? Yourself? I'm the only one here. The voice in your head start talking back. Who you kidding, bitch? Huh, bitch? Well, you know it's time to change. I'll be damned if there's two of me in my head. Only gotta be one. There can only be one. What you what you want to do versus what you're not doing. But you say it long enough, thinking long enough, you're gonna start, feeling bad on yourself. That's the point where you choose either to take action or choose defeat and or depression. Procrastinating is, I could do that easy peasy. You just take forever to do it. You wait till the end of the deadline. Like cutting it close. Could did that shit anytime I wanted. That wasn't my problem. This was my problem over here. Still trying to solve this shit. Deadline just hit. Like, oh shit. Show you how to handle that shit. Shut up! Oh shit, I didn't press start. So you gotta work on it. Consistency. Think about this shit consistently. That's what helped me realize. All them situations with these bitches, it wasn't always me. Not saying it was never me. Like you bitches. You bitches ain't shit. Cause you gotta look within first. Alright, hold up. No. I did everything. Hold on, let me go through this checklist again. You dirty bitch. I thought it was me. Like, why I'm not good enough? What the fuck? What am I doing wrong? What could it be? What could it be? Shut up. Some bitches just ain't shit. Alright. Some niggas ain't shit. Some motherfuckers. Try not to say the word nigga. As a black man, it comes natural sometimes. Some motherfuckers ain't shit. Something more race neutral. Bitches is race neutral. Now, if somebody call you a race bitch, then they're a bit racist. They're trying to piss you off. Bitch is a bitch. Bitch works good enough. shit. I burn out if I'm on water. Sizzle.
I can feel this arrest is happening soon.
Yes, yes.
Suspect got away from me.
Stay on this front, no matter what they do.
Bat bow tie. Oh, it's a spider. It might be a spider. This is Halloween, bitch. Fine.
I'm gonna bust this dickhead.
Slippery asshole.
Patrol here, we are engaging.
All units, this is dispatch. Go get them.
They got away. We really have to stop them, and fast.
Patrol is here and we're engaging the suspect. I'll have you in custody soon. When will this damn chase end?
Ah! Ah! That's 50. 5 sets. Time. Start.
Get off the damn road, knucklehead!
Hydroplaning.
Sending more units.
EWD, first up.
I'll have this one in jail real quick.
I'll have this one in custody pretty soon. It keeps slipping through my fingers. This apartment's mine. Who's riding this car? AWD is here. Let's get this over with.
We want a piece of the pie, dispatch.
Stay on this front, no matter what they do. Patrol joining the others, dispatch.
I'll have this one in custody pretty soon.
Why are we giving them the chance to escape? Patrol is engaging. I'll have you in custody soon. This driver is giving me a headache. Patrol is here. We're engaging the suspect. Patrol, going after that 2440. This turn won't get away with this. I really don't like this creep. Patrol is here. We're engaging the suspect.
Stop.
Patrol is pursuing the suspect. Man, I can't wait to bust this punk. Scumbag took us out, people.
All units, get us up to here and take this bonehead down.
Down, moron. AWD here, going after him.
Right.
I can feel this
Play it
chase coming
down.
to an end real soon.
This is dispatch. You're authorized to take that trip out.
Son of a bitch.
Can't drive for shit. They're mine too. AWD on the scene to search. I'm gonna bust this one soon. Nah, they got away. Repeat, suspect got away. AWD on the scene. Can't drive for shit. They're mine too. Come on, this isn't good enough. We need to stop them.
Fuck! I'm in that there. Fuck! Fuck! My arms, my shoulders, whatever these are called. Them motherfuckers. Fuck! That's 70 in my core. Say hold the 45-pound weight. Both hands at rest. All the way down. All the way up. Well, all the way down, waist, all the way up is one. I do 10 of those, 20 crunches. So technically I'm at 140 crunches and 70 of those. Fuck that. I get home, I might. I think I'm off tomorrow. So there's no reason I can't when I come home.
Tail this punk's tail.
My suspect is in a Mercedes.
Lifestyle.
Suspect is last seen at Underwood Gardens.
I'm just living again.
All units be advised. Perp has entered Underwood Gardens.
Work, home,
Interceptor
chill
ready
with
to
the lady.
kick ass.
Undercover's right.
No intimate time, some pussy,
Heavy's here to kick ass and chew bubblegum. And we're all like
time with the family.
Interceptor here to help with the assist team.
This moron doesn't realize.
I see him. Let's go take this punk down. Our friends in a Mercedes.
This is dispatch. Suspect has been spotted at Douglas Park.
Don't think we can hold out much longer here.
Suspect last seen entering Southland Drive.
Dispatch, we have direct line of sight to the suspect. How do you move that suspect from up here?
Aiming for the side rear team. Lieutenant. Search every corner and find this punk.
I'm poor. My money is sewn up. And weren't you listening to the first half?
Suspect in my eye line. Working evidence. Take this one out.
Suspect in the Mercedes. This is dispatch. Suspect has been spotted at Lake Louise.
Only way my shit fuck up is if I lose my job. Because everything else is just
This asshole's still moving.
extra. $1,200 to keep a roof over my head,
Visual on the foot entering Jefferson
food in my
Hill.
stomach. Right now, it's worth it.
Perp's taking the scenic route, dispatch. We're going after him.
It's just how much it costs. That means when I move out, I gotta find somewhere about between hopefully 8 and 9 to cover out my electricity and my heat.
One racer, we lost him.
They got heat included.
All units
I could go
suspect is
1,000,
somewhere in Jefferson Hill.
leaving that $200 for my electricity, food.
Let's find this punk. Search the area for this perp. Lost visual on that 2440. Calling it.
Right, to be like, my lifestyle don't change. Lifestyle don't change until I can add more to the roof over my head, food in my stomach, and my bills being paid. PlayStation Plus, it's the reason it's called Plus. I don't need it. My YouTube Premium, be like, technically I could let it go. You know, internet if need be, I could let it go. Phone if need be, I could let it go. But I need a roof over my head, food in my stomach. It's fucking life. So I can see my mistakes. Needs and want. Once your needs are met, you know, sometimes you're like, I wish I had more. It'd make my wants easier to attain. But you're not needing, you know, it's not a want to fulfill your needs. When you want to fulfill needs, then you got a problem. You're living in debt. Not just financial debt. You living in debt. Like you need a roof over your head. You know, you want to be able to fulfill the need of having a roof over your head. Living in debt. You know, you might be looking at it wrong. You might need to pay up that debt. Like, who needs me to live with them for me to pay up that debt?
Public enemy number 1 in our sights, dispatch.
Like you maintain, you kind of outgrown your environment. Your debt is paid up. You might need to spread your wings. you know I owe my life up to God. Have you given yourself up to God to pay that debt and live the life that God intended for you? Like, you know what? It's up to you, God. I'm leaving this up to you. At some point, you might be like, you know what? Fuck it. Take the wheel. So I guess this is what it is. What you mean? Like, here, I got a job for you. It's not the best job, but it pays well. I guess it's just what it is. And what you mean? Left it up to God. It ain't the job I want, but it's gonna pay more money and help me reach here. That's God. Won't he do it? Yes, he will. Because you've been trying to live a lifestyle and it's not working out. You ain't gave your life up to God first. That's why hobbies are important. When you find a hobby that you love, man, it's important. Trust me, I believe that God believes in all work and no play is, fuck. So you gotta have a positive way as an outlet. Time. I'll be right back, y'all.
Eyes on our dangerous driver.
Because it's life. You're not living to work. It might take a little discipline, and eventually you're gonna be like, you're gonna ask the question, when can I live? I know I'm not living to work. And it's gonna be like a breakthrough once you believe. And like that's only God. Only God could have answered that. It is storming. About to hook up my meal. What? Why am I offline? Okay. Had to hook up the meal. I already had rice made, so I had to make the scalloped potatoes, and I already had some turkey sausage made. And I had to make the eggs. So rice, eggs, turkey sausage, and some potatoes. Potatoes are probably the best fruit. I said fruit, the best vegetable. Uh, you can make it as hard or as soft as you want. You could cut it in and make it many different ways: mash, bake, scallop. Chop it up into fries and fry it. So as you get older, it could get softer. And that's the same way I feel about rice. As you get older, it could get softer, easier to chew. I took out some chicken to thaw out because me and my lady banged what I made yesterday. Just the rice left over from that, so I didn't have to make rice. Yeah, I don't know. This is the best for me. Like a Polish, keep some Polishes in the house, some rice, some eggs, some potatoes. You know, like perfect. One. Don't really need much outside of a different taste. That's why you got to know how to shop. Quick meal every day. Like you can make rice to last for 2 days, 3 days. All you gotta do is keep a big thing of Polishes in there. That'll be your meat substitute. Eggs. Keep eggs in your house. Keep potatoes. So you're like, what can I put with this rice? I could substitute the Polish for chicken, pork chops, fish, lamb, shit, some fucking oxtail or something. You know, until you get tired of rice, so you got to keep like 2 boxes of macaroni. 4 technically for a month. Like, I'm not the biggest pasta fan, but to switch out macaroni for rice, like, okay, I could do that once a week, twice a week. So a box will last you for 2 days, technically, if you portion your food properly. Might need 2 boxes a week if you got a family of 4. You know, for 2 people, it'll leave you with macaroni you can eat for today, you can eat for tomorrow. 3 people, you can eat for today, and whoever the breadwinner got lunch for tomorrow. 4 people, we can eat for today. No leftovers we'll need for tomorrow. When I say need for tomorrow, you need to cook again. But you should cook to last you for 3 days, 2, 3 days. Rice, potatoes, depending on how much rice and potatoes you eat with your protein, your eggs, sausage. No, you can make rice to last you. You like, I can make a big plate of rice, a solid potato, and you feel like you ate heavy. You'll be full as fuck. That's why I say your Polish is your meat, then your eggs for protein. What you gonna substitute the meat for? Pork chops, lamb chops, meatloaf, chicken, pick a meat, some oxtail, But that's because you can substitute your meat because you got enough Polishes. Polishes are cheap. To be like, you need something with the meaty taste. No, the meal is solid. The egg could technically be a side. What you gonna substitute the egg for? Salad, maybe a soup. No, maybe something that's light. Some coleslaw, potato salad, a salad. Mashed potatoes go into the potatoes. But what you gonna switch out your potatoes for? You can switch out the egg for fruit. Switch out the potatoes for string beans, peas. No, mashed, fried, baked. You know, don't need much outside of feeding the need for a taste. Get your 10-pound bag of rice. Probably get you two. Like, goddamn, we won't need rice again for a minute. You get it. You get it. Damn. Kind of feel like that wasn't enough. I don't know if it's because it tastes good or I'm hungry. No, you gotta think about shit like this. Uh, Wash it down with a Coca-Cola. All relatively easy to make. Like, I love having an air fryer. Once you start boiling your water, you know, you can clean your fucking meat at the same time. Season your water, season your meat. Once you throw the meat in the air fryer, it's time to throw the water should be boiled. So boiling. So you throw your water, your pasta, your rice, get it all cooking at the same time. While that's cooking, you work on your sides. Work on making the salad, making whatever your side is. So by the time you're done with that, it all should be coming together at once. Clean up super easy. Now you're supposed to put everything into boiling water. Not supposed to put it in, then put it on. That's how you fuck up. But anyway, I gotta go hop my black ass in the shower. Go to work. It's raining out there. But I'm out of here. GG.